I'm not gonna waste your time. Number one, experiencing nature. A couple years ago, I was like a full-time gamer. I would spend my life on Fortnite cranking 90s. Pretty sad existence. I wouldn't go outside. I wouldn't spend time with friends in real life. I was just an indoor hermit creature. My sole purpose was Fortnite. And at school, I had these two in real life friends. They were both like also video gamers, just like me. And we all like lived around like the same area. So every day we'd have to walk home from school. But instead of me walking home with them, I would walk ahead of them. I'd go speed walk home like really fast so I could go play Fortnite faster, you know? I would spend as little time as possible outside or with friends, and I had really bad mental health. The only time I went outside was when I was walking home, and I made that as short as possible. I was outside very little, let alone in nature, and because of that, I had bad mental health. Humans naturally, we're supposed to live outside in nature. We're supposed to spend every second of every day outdoors. Just look at the ancient cavemen or the native tribes people. They spend every second of every day outdoors. And do you think they have bad mental health? No, of course not. They're probably some of the happiest people in the world because they spend every second of every day outdoors. And nowadays people spend 90% of their lives inside, and of that 10% they've got outside, probably 1% of that is actually in nature. See, I'm not saying outside and nature are the same thing. You see, being outside and being in nature, they're not the same thing. You can be outside in your city centre, that's not counting as being in nature because you're surrounded by buildings and yeah, there's not a roof over your head, but you can still hear cars and you're still not escaped into nature. Nature is the countryside or the woods. You can't hear cars and you can't see houses just over there. Nature is when you're away from civilization. Let me continue my story from earlier. So I was a full-time gamer, yeah. Not going outside at all. Terrible mental health. But then I got into self-improvement. I started working out. I started running. Generally got my life together. But I had this one memory where my mental health got like 10 times better because of one thing I did. Now every day I would go for a run, just a little run. I hated running though. It hurt. It was uncomfortable. I'd always be like thirsty. I'd go running around the roads around my area and I hated it. But then one time I decided instead of going running around like the roads around my area, I'd go running into the woods. So it takes me like 2 minutes to run into the woods. So I get there, I go through a little gate into the woods and I start running and it's not uncomfortable. I'm enjoying the experience. And I'm going around the main path around the outside of the woods. But then I see this smaller path over there that I can go into. So I'm like, oh, what's down there? I've never been down there before. Let's go and explore that. So I go and run down this path that I'd never been down before. And then when I'm going down that path, I see another path and I'm like, what's down that path? So I go down that path and I'm exploring in nature. And that experience was one of the best in my life. That day I was only planning on running like 2K, but I ran 10K because I was just exploring all these tiny little paths around the woods and I loved it. It made my mental health so much better. The next day, I went straight back out, running again, exploring more and more of these woods. It was really the first time I'd properly been out into nature and I loved it. And I remember from that point onwards, my mental health was just, as I said, 10 times better. So go into nature, bro, even if it's for only 15 minutes a day, do it. It'll have very, very good benefits for your mental health. Second habit, not caring. So as I said before, I used to be a proper like Fortnite kid gamer, yeah. And after speed walking home, I would get on the game. And then what would I do on the game? Well, this would happen. Yeah, fucking I would get very, very, very angry at people on Fortnite, usually because they were better than me. I'd get so angry at some random person I've never even spoken to before because they were better than me at a video game. It would take up like so much of my mental capacity. It seems so stupid now looking back how angry I would get at these random people, and it destroyed my mental health because being angry at someone, after you're no longer angry, you just feel terrible. You feel terrible for feeling angry and it just destroys your mental well-being. So here's a tip, only listen to people you want to be more like. So don't listen to that dweeb. So don't listen to that dweeb commenting on your YouTube video saying, oh, bro thinks he's Andrew Tate, we want to be Andrew Tate. Because you really want to be more like those people? No, you don't. Because I would listen to people that I didn't want to be more like. I would listen to these people on Fortnite trash talking saying, oh, you're so bad, kids. And I'd be like, eh. But then I started using this advice and I realized, but I don't want to be like these kids commenting on these YouTube videos, so I stopped listening to them. And I just ingrained into my mind that what they're saying doesn't matter. And that's really, really hard for me to get angry. And my mental health is so much better because of that. Number 3, having a network. Back to when I was a gamer again. I would overhear like the popular kids talking about like they're going out with their friends after school and stuff. I would genuinely be jealous at that because I had no proper friends. My proper friends were gamers just like me, or they were online friends. I was sort of alone. I had no close friends. I had no one that I could talk to. And because of that, bad mental health. But then once I got into self-improvement, I got another one of my friends onto self-improvement, and then we became very close brothers. And now I've got him as a very close friend, and my mental health is much, much, much better. And again, when I joined Next Gen Network, a group of boys under 18 all on self-improvement together, again, my mental health got much, much, much better. Humans naturally were supposed to live in tribes together. Being this Sigma male, like solo lone wolf, you're not gonna have good mental health because naturally humans, we're supposed to live in tribes together, a family, a group of people together. The lone wolf human, that doesn't exist. That's not a good thing. We're supposed to have camaraderie and a family, a group, a tribe of people that we can talk to. So let's recap. Experience nature. Humans naturally were supposed to live in nature, so go into nature even if it's just 15 minutes a day. Number 2, not caring. Don't get angry at random people. Only listen to people you want to be more like. And have a network. Have a close friend or a close group of friends that you can talk to. Alright, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed, I'm gonna ask you to like, I'm gonna ask you to subscribe, I'm gonna ask you to comment. And yeah, goodbye.